Woox is a player who almost anyone playing old school has heard of. In recent years, he's accomplished some absolutely legendary things. What you probably don't know is Woox has actually been breaking these type of records for years now. In this video, we'll delve into the history behind his account and discover some of what he's accomplished so far. In this video, you're gonna learn why so many people refer to him as the best PVMer of all time. Now, before I get started, here's a quick shout out to my friend Trevor for giving me this idea. Here is a picture of him PKing. Woox's career begins all the way back sometime in the mid-2000s. According to this interview from 2011, he doesn't remember exactly when he first started playing, but he did become a member in early 2008. This is also when he began making YouTube videos, his very first video being him hitting a 57 using a crossbow in the duel arena. In this video, he is already 99 range, which is really impressive seeing as how he had just purchased membership. Moving on, his first major video was titled First Successful Corp Solo Without Bug Abusing. The video was published on September 20th, 2009, nearly an entire year after the release of the Corporal Beast. This video managed to rack up almost 500,000 views because Woox really was the first person to ever solo Corp legitimately. As I mentioned earlier, in the title he says he did do it without bug abusing. The reason this is so important is because just a few months prior to this video's release, on June 9th, 2009, there was a pretty major game engine update glitch. I've discussed it in a previous video, which actually should be on screen now, but I'll give a brief overview here for anyone that doesn't want to watch that one. Basically, Jagex tried to do a major update to RuneTech, which for those of you who don't know, is RuneScape's game engine. But just a few minutes after going live, it was evident that there was a lot of unfixed bugs. One of those being that the Corporal Beast could not retaliate using magic, and could only use its stomp attack, thus making it really easy to solo. Something else that makes this video so significant is Woox's age at the time. He's 22 now, so he made this video when he was only around 14 or 15. Soon after this video's release, Woox's career really took off. At first, he focused mainly on Corporal Beast videos. A few examples are soloing Corp without PvP armor, being the first person to receive a sigil solo, and so on. Throughout the next few years, he would go on to make even more notable videos, such as killing Jad in 7 seconds, the KBD in just 5, and even killing Jad with no items and just 1 prayer point. Things seemed to be going pretty well for Woox. That was until around 2011. He had recently maxed his account and was starting to get a little bit bored with the game, as he had really accomplished for the most part everything he wanted. Woox was also frustrated with Jagex. An example of this is Jagex supposedly offering players who participated in their high-level forum workshops free membership. After it was all over, they said that that was actually a mistake and no memberships would be given out. Along with this, there was a pretty major bug on March 15, 2011. It allowed players to get extremely rare drops from monsters every single kill. Jagex did not end up rolling this back, and did not ban anyone involved. On top of all this, botting was pretty high at the time, and Woox felt frustrated that he would report the bots and absolutely nothing would happen. Now, how was Woox going to deal with all this? If you guessed quit RuneScape for World of Warcraft, you'd actually be correct. He says in the previously mentioned interview his membership would be running out on March 23rd, and he had absolutely no plans of ever returning to RuneScape, and had plans to begin playing WoW. Luckily for us, that didn't end up being the case. Just a few months later, his adventurer's logs showed that he was playing again. Woox went back to making RuneScape videos and accomplished a few more things over the next couple of years. On January 28th, 2013, he became the first person to solo the Cowfight King with video proof. A few months after this, Woox and another player called Desi Boys became the first to not only duo Virago, but the first to defeat Virago with under 5 attackers. Soon after this, in 2014, Woox began his career on Twitch. Right off the bat, he was pretty successful, with most months earning around 500 to 1,000 followers. Woox exploded into the mainstream on a day I'm sure most of you remember, June 3rd, 2017. He was popular before this, but this day absolutely solidified his place in RuneScape history. This is the day Woox became the first person to defeat the Inferno and receive the Infernal Cape. The post titled Woox Won skyrocketed to the front of the old school subreddit and even to the Reddit homepage, with almost 23,000 upvotes. To this day, it is still the second most upvoted post in all of old school RuneScape history. Anyway, you all know the story from there. I believe I covered everything I wanted to, but if I missed something you want others to know, drop it in the comments below. Also, tell me who I should talk about next. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.